Alright, this video is going to show you how to make this shape right here, which is in inches, and this shape right here, which is also in inches. Now, you could do this one down here in millimeters and it would probably look alright, but we're going to do it based on what's provided in the instructions. So we're going to start with a standard English template. Make sure you choose the part file and allow it to open up like this. And when I start this one, I'm basically going to be drawing the base right here, and you can't see the edge. It goes like this all the way around, and then I'm going to add on portions. So I'm going to start my sketch, and I'm going to just plug in the numbers as I go across them. So this first part right here is 1. This part going up right here, 0.75. Hit the front button so it can center, and I might even move this over a little bit. This next portion that they give us right here, they don't give us all the information for it. So what I'm going to do to get this little section right here is they give us this portion, and we already have this portion. So I'm going to take this 3 for the overall and minus the 1 and the 0.5. So we'll go 3 minus 1.5, and it gives us our measurement right there. And then this goes completely down the same distance. And then we know that it goes over 0.5 here. And then the distance from here to here is 2. I'm going to hit enter, or not enter, but front so I can center it. And then this goes all the way across the back. We can't see it too much back here, but we do know that it goes all the way across like this. And then I'm going to hit finish sketch. This is going to be the basis of my drawing. I'm going to extrude this, and some people might extrude it to 0.75 and think that that's correct. You have to look at this little area right here. This is going to be the base of our object. So we have 0.75, but we don't actually have a measurement for right here. So we look at this measurement right here, and they tell us the height of this is 0.25. So we take this, and we subtract this right here, and it gives us this thickness right here for the object. So all I need to do is I can either do the math mentally, or I can type in the 0.75 and minus 0.25, and it will do the extrusion for me, and you can double click on it and check what it has on there. Or you can manually just type in 0.5 when you do it, and it will give you the same thing. I'm going to adjust this so that it kind of looks like the picture. Then I'm going to right click and set home, current view as home, and fit to view, so that I have this base right here. Next I'm going to do this part. It's a 0.5 by 1 rectangle that extrudes up 25. So I'm going to start an extrusion right here. It's a rectangle. It is again 0.5 in width and 1 in length. So I'm going to hit the tab button and change that to 0.5, and then it goes all the way over, which would be 1. Finish the sketch and extrude this up. And I'm going to extrude it up 0.25. Now, the thing with this is not the only way that you can do this, but it should be a relatively easy way for you guys to do it. So this next portion, I'm going to create a drawing that is on this surface. And it's going to go from this corner all the way over to here. And then I'm going to go back this way, 1. Then I'm going to come down from here to here, which is also 1. And they give you that 1 measurement way up here for this whole width of this object. Then I'm going to go back across to here, and you'll see it lock in place. And then go down here and close off this shape. And I'm going to hit finish sketch. Now this extrusion is the same height as this one right here. So it will be extruded up 0.25, just like this. Once you have that extrusion done, we are going to be working on the extrusion that is right here, this big block. Now, the measurement for this one is it's pretty easy to do. You're just going to take a rectangle tool that goes all the way from this edge right here that we created, lines up with that one, just like that. Finish the sketch, hit extrude, and then you're going to extrude this one up 1.50. Make sure we get that correct, 1.5, just like that. So now we have that extrusion, and we can cut this section out, and we can cut this portion out right here. So the first thing that we're going to do, you can either start a sketch on the side, or you can use the chamfer tool to get the edge. I'm just going to do the start sketch method because I want you, again, to get comfortable with that. And I'm going to make the line going over from here to here 1. Then I'm going to go straight up. And then I'm just going to close this here. And even though I close this section, I want to cut this portion out, so I'm going to close this section off. Finish the sketch, hit extrude, and select that top part. Cut, and the distance should be all the way through. If it's not, you can just set it to all, and it will go all the way through. I now have that angle. Then I'm going to start a sketch on the top portion right here. There's going to be a little cutout right here on the edge, which is a 0.5 by 0.5 square. So 0.5 by 0.5. Finish the sketch, and I'm going to extrude this one down with the cut tool, and it just goes down to the base, so it's 1.5. Hit OK. So far it's looking like the image right here. All that's left is the holes. So I'm going to start a sketch here and make this hole with a circle tool. It doesn't really matter where I place it right now. All I know is that it's got a 0.25 diameter. So 0.25 for the diameter. And then I'm going to use the dimension tool to place it in where it's supposed to be, which is 0.75 away from the bottom and 0.25 away from this edge. So 0.25, which would be in the middle. And then 0.75 away from the base down here. This line right here, not this one. So you want to make sure you get the right line. And it looks a little bit low. You could change it a little bit, but I would leave it like that. Extrude, cut, so that it goes all the way through. Same thing with the hole that's right here. It is a 0.5 diameter hole that is 0.5 away from this line right here and 0.5 away from this line. So I'm going to find the center point because I believe this is 0.5. I'm just going to make a 0.5 diameter hole and then dimension it away from this edge, 0.5. And we can double check and make sure it's 0.5 away from here, and it is. Hit finish sketch, extrude, cut through the entire object, and hit OK. So now you have your object with the holes, color it, save it, screenshot it. The next shape that we will be working on, and again this one is done in inches as well, is this shape right here. And so really quick, when I make this one, I'm going to ignore this and this piece at first. I'm going to pretend it's not there, and I'm basically drawing this shape to the edge and then back and then up. So you'll have something that kind of looks like a sideways triangle, but not quite. So I'm going to get the distance, which is 26. So it goes 26 across. It goes up 21 and then up 5. So 26 total. Then it goes over 5. and they give you that dimension right there, and then it's just going to cut down and line up with this. I'm going to hit Finish Sketch, and I'm going to hit Home button so it zooms out. Extrude this. The extrusion is 7 and 39 and 7. So again, and I'm always going to tell you this if you are mathematically challenged, just type the numbers in there and have it added up for you so that you can do 39 plus 7 plus 7 or 14 or whatever it is that you want to do for the math. Then I'm going to rotate the object so it looks like this. And I'm going to set this as my current view, fit to view, so that I have that shape. Next thing that I'm going to make are these little pieces that are kind of jutting out right here. To do that, I'm going to go to the bottom, and I'm going to start my sketches here. And I'm going to make 2 rectangles on the bottom. One that is 7 and goes all the way back 26. So 7, and then 26, which should put it all the way to the back. The same thing on this side. 7 and 26. And I'm using the tab key to go between my measurements. Hit enter, and then I'm going to finish the sketch. These are extruded from the bottom going up 16.7. So I'm going to hit extrude, and I'm going to change the direction and then change it to extrude from cut, and then I'm going to put 16.7. Then I'm going to hit the home button, and it looks just like that. Now the next part is going to be kind of quick. I'm going to start a sketch on the surface, and I'm going to make a rectangle. The rectangle they give us is 17 by 17. So it doesn't really matter where it's at right now because I'm going to adjust it 17 by 17. Then I'm going to use Dimension Tool. It tells you at the bottom that it is 7 away from the edge right here. So 7. And then it tells you that it's 11 away from this edge. So 11 from here. So it's centered, but I'm not done. If I extrude this, it's going to go through the bottom. We want to start a sketch on the back side now, and then rotate this and use this tool right here, Project Geometry. It's going to allow us to project these lines onto the back. So I'm going to left click on these after I've clicked the Project Geometry tool, which you'll see it highlighted. Then I can rotate to the back and you'll see them. Finish the sketch, hit extrude, and cut this one all the way through. Make sure you select all, hit OK, and then it's there. Right click on this and turn the visibility off. And then we're going to do the last part, which is these squares on the top. So we're going to start a sketch on the top portion right here. And we're going to make 2 rectangles, one on this side, which is 11 by 11 based on the drawings that they gave us. So an 11 by 11 square. And I'm going to go ahead and make that. Same thing on this side right here, 11 by 11. And then I'm going to finish, and I'm going to extrude these down 5 based on this. So here and here, we're going to go ahead and cut, and we're going to set it to 5. And you have your shape finished. Save it, screenshot it after you color the object, but it should look like this.